Hi everybody, welcome back to our second video of the week. We are still on 8.EE.B5, graphing proportional relationships, and we're comparing them. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the rate of change through graphs, tables, and equations. And the rate of change is also going to be our slope, our rise over run. And somebody just walked in and he wants to say hello.
Hello.
That was Tony. Alright guys, so it's still 8.EE.B5. We're going to graph proportional relationships, which you guys can do that. Interpret unit rate as a slope. So the slope here, very big, rise over run. And today we're going to focus on understand and compare proportional relationships. Compare. Okay, that's a big one. And we'll see why here. I actually had a real life situation just 2 days ago, very similar to what we're going to talk about here. And we're going to do this by comparing two or more different proportional relationships, two different slopes. Okay? All right. This will be pretty easy for you guys. Okay, let's take a look here. What we have here is a graph. Now let's make an X and a Y table there. It's going to be the same data, but two different forms, two different ways to show. We have the graph here. We're going to make a table over here. Okay. And really important here. I want to highlight this. I'm going to pick a green one. Slope is rise over run. Okay. Rise over run. The Y here is our rise. This is our rise. How this changes, and the X is our run. Remember, it's going up here, and this is going across. We run across the ground and we rise up and we jump up to dunk the basketball. Alright, so let me erase this. I'm going to leave that X and Y there for us though. This is something I do on my graphs. Alright, so this says in this graph Y increases by $15 when X increases by 1 hour. Well, it's in time. So it just stated what our slope is. It's 15 over 1. Well, 15 over 1. Our m, our slope, is 15. Remember, it's y equals mx plus b. And that's our slope. And this is our y-intercept. Okay, that's where it crosses here. Right there is our y-intercept. So let's take a look here. Let's find a pretty point. I'm going to pick, let's see here, we've got one right here, and our y is 40, and we come down, and our x is 2. Let's follow this to another pretty point. We've got one right here, and our y is 100, and our x is 6. Okay, now remember, it's the change in x and the change in y. So how do we do that? I'm having some trouble erasing something here. Alright, so it's change in y. What is the change from 40 to 100? 100 minus 40, that is 60. Let's go over here, 60. And from 2 to 6, that is 4. 60 divided by 4 is 15. So, yep. We're going to write this equation. Let me find some space here for us. There we go. Let's make some space. Our y, just y, equals, our slope is 15, and our x, what is our y-intercept? Well, let's take here, 40 minus 15 would give us 25 right here, And then another one, 25 minus 15 is 10. So it's plus 10. All right. Okay, here we go. This is a kind of a situation we had a couple days ago. We were looking to get some mulch delivered so I can do some landscaping, and we were trying to figure out costs, and it was like a minimum delivery of half a cubic yard. So this is pretty similar here. So this is something, if you're going to do some home improvement, kind of comes in handy for cost comparison. Big, big, big. So here we have our graph, and we have our table. Okay. So let's take a look here. A contractor must haul a large amount of dirt to a work site. She collected information from 2 hauling companies. We have Easy and Happy. All right. Let's see here. Remember, you find the change there. So 196, the difference between 196 and 40. I'll do this one here, 294. And from 490 to 637, that's 637 minus 490, I get 147. Okay. Now let's see here. 8 to 20, well, that's 12. And from 20 to 26 is 6. Let's take a look here. This is what I'm trying to, when we would talk in the classroom, I'm saying like understand a relationship. 6 is half of 12. 147 is half of 90, or 294, excuse me. Okay, so that's kind of one of those relationships we have with our numbers. It's kind of, once you understand that, some of this stuff is going to click a lot quicker and a lot easier for you. So this is our X, this is our Y. We do our tables, okay? Let's take a look over here at the graph. Now this is one of those things I still, all the time when I'm doing stuff, will always mark my x-axis and my y-axis just so it's easy to reference, okay? And this is change in y, change over here on the y-axis divided by the change in the x-axis. Well, we've got a y-intercept at 0, starts at the origin. Let's go up in here and be mindful of a pretty point. Right there is 1. Now let's go over here. 50 and 25, pretty easy to recognize and work with. Think of quarters. 1 and 2. Okay, remember the slope is the amount the y changes per 1. Okay, so right there, our rate of change is pretty clear on this one for Happy Hauling Service. For Easy, we're going to have to do some calculation. You're going to have to find the change in y and divide it by the change in x. Okay, change in y divided by change in x. All right, keep that in mind. Let's go to this next slide. Okay, here's the questions for you guys to work on. They're right down here. How much would Easy Excavation charge to haul 40 cubic yards of dirt? All right. So right here, I'm going to give you guys a huge hint. This is the X we're going to plug in here. You find the slope, the rate of change here. This 40 is going to go drop right in there. And our rate of change, well, if there's no dirt, there's no cost. So we don't have to worry about that. Okay. There is going to be no y-intercept. The same over here. There is, and it's at 0. Okay. So keep this in mind here. How much is it going to cost Easy to haul 40 cubic yards of dirt? You find the cost per yard and then plug that in right here. Okay. And over here, just use the graph. It's pretty easy. Find how much per one, follow it up, and what we get there. All right. Now, we already found for Easy. Let's find for Happy. Our Y And our X. Okay, how much would Happy Hauling Service charge to haul 40 cubic yards of dirt? Now let's take a look. Calculate the rate of change for easy. You guys did that already. We do that to find the cost. So let's see that the rate of change, slope. What is it? What is it per yard to haul? And again here, how much is the rate of change, the slope, for Happy Hauling? How much per cubic yard do they charge? Okay. I want you guys to explain to me here, what do the rate of change mean for each company? Each company, okay? We have easy and happy. I want to go back. If you guys were doing this, who would you use? Which company would you use to haul your 40 yards cubed of dirt? Which one would be more cost effective? Okay. And here's a reminder of our office hours. Wednesday at 10:30 to 11:20 and Friday at 2:30 to 3:20. I recommend you guys coming Wednesday, just popping in questions specific to the videos, to the work we're covering. Friday, you guys should pop your heads in for quiz and study guide information, okay? Let's pop in and clarify some of these questions. I notice a lot of you guys respond on the videos for the answers like, I don't know how to do this. Well, if you don't know how to do it, you need to come to office hours to get some help, okay? All right. Email with any questions.